close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, rather, because by the time this goes out, it will be evening. But yeah, listen, I'm here to do the Burnley versus Arsenal review. Jesus Christ, what an afternoon at Turf Moor. I am going to get onto the performance very, very shortly, but I just want to remind you all to smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I also want to remind you guys as well, don't forget tomorrow, episode 3 of the Arsenal Uncensored podcast will be right here on Daniel Bailey TV. So yeah, big up to you guys. This channel keeps on growing. So yeah, that will be coming. Apologies as well, I didn't get to vlog because at the start, look, it took us ages to get up to Burnley. It was like a 6-hour drive. Thankfully, obviously, I wasn't doing any of the driving. Fucking hell, could you imagine me, like, with no fucking eyesight? I wouldn't have got us there. But yeah, my friends drove up, and yeah, I just got to sit back and relax and let everybody else do the driving. See, being blind does have its advantages from time to time. But yeah, no, seriously, it took a long time to get up there. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, so I didn't get to do any vlogging. And then after the game, which is what I'm going to come on to very, very shortly, obviously it was madness getting out of the stadium. And then I ended up going and getting some food and then getting drunk. Yeah, I got hammered. Oh, it was crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm gutted that I didn't get to vlog any of it, actually, because it was a crazy night. I went to this bar. And yeah, they ended up playing loads of 80s music and playing loads of other stuff. And yeah, by the time I got home, I was pretty drunk. Or rather, by the time I got back to where we were staying, I was pretty drunk. And then waking up yesterday with a little bit of a hangover. And then that long 5-hour journey back. But yeah, I completely, it was just a bit crazy. So I didn't really get a chance to vlog. And obviously, at the end of the game, which is what I'm going to come on to, I am going to get onto the performance, but I want to talk about the mindless idiots at the end of the game that decided they thought it would be a good fucking idea to start throwing bottles and start throwing chairs. I ain't going to lie, like the Burnley fans, they were ripping chairs, they were ripping up their own seats and throwing it at the Arsenal fans. Like, you were getting these pieces of wood being launched at the Arsenal fans. And it's like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Like, one steward got it full on in the face with this piece of wood that the Burnley fans had ripped off from the chair. First and foremost, why are you putting the away fans right next to the home fans? And secondly, why aren't you policing that? It's ridiculous. And all I kept thinking, guys, was there's kids here. Do you know what I mean? There's kids, there's families that are at this football match that have got really young children, and yet you're throwing bottles. I'm not being funny. A lot of those pieces of wood as well could have had nails in, you know, and it could have hit a child. If that had hit a child, it would have been very serious. And it's people of an age that they just seem to think they're bigger than everybody else. And let's be honest, you get all these young kids, and I say young kids because they're probably about 16, 16, 17, 18. You get these young kids that come into these football stadiums thinking they're Billy Big Bollocks. And to be honest, I've probably got more hair on my fucking eyebrows than they've got on their bollocks. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, it's a fucking disgrace. And granted, I'm not going to say Arsenal fans were completely blameless because, you know, a lot of the Arsenal fans retaliated. But let me tell you something right here. A majority of it was Burnley fans. And it's ridiculous. Like, we don't even have a rivalry with Burnley. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's a derby. I can sort of understand it if it's, say, like next week at Arsenal Spurs, London derby, you know, North London derby, I can sort of grant it. But fucking Burnley, like, you've got fucking mindless thugs throwing things, and it just ruined what was a fairly decent afternoon. And I'm going to come on to the performance, but yeah, honestly, not cool. Not cool with this hooliganism. I don't like that. You know, I'm all for banter. I'm all for having a rivalry. I'm all for having bantering rivals and stuff. But when you start throwing bottles and throwing planks of wood that you've physically ripped off of your seat, like they were ripping it off their seats. I'm sorry, that goes beyond any kind of football banter, and it goes beyond any kind of rivalry or justification, because there is no justification for that. Let's be real. Like I said, there were people there with young children, and that's what all I could think of is that, fucking hell, you wouldn't want to bring your young kid to this and seeing shit like that happen. That doesn't happen in football stadiums. Should never happen in football stadiums. And these kids that want to come to the football match, they need to grow the fuck up and realize that that is not acceptable. Support your team. Banter rivals. Don't fucking throw shit at the opposition like bottles and planks of wood. Anyway, that's all I got to say on that. I just thought I'd get that off my chest. Yeah, like I said, it was a fairly decent afternoon. First half considerably was a bit better than the second half. But do you know what? I saw things that I liked. You know, I thought Ramsdale had a fairly decent game. I thought, you know, he commanded... I'll start that again. Jesus fucking Christ. I thought Ramsdale had a good game. I thought that he was commanding his box very well. That's what I like about Ramsdale is A, that he commands his box, and B, that he just looks happy to be there. Like, and you can tell he's giving his all, and you can tell that he's proper enjoying himself. And I've sat here, and you guys know that I was never really Ramsdale's biggest fan, and I wasn't really sure about what he was going to offer when, you know, we were being linked with him. But I'm actually, got to be honest with you guys, I'm being won round. Got to be honest, he's winning me round. And I know, you know, we've joked about it in the past that players don't care, that, you know, they just treat Arsenal like a holiday camp. Some of the players are just happy to be there. I don't get that with Ramsdale. I get the fact that he's fully enjoying every minute of being an Arsenal player and he's giving it his all. Sure, he's still got a long way to go. It's only been a couple of games. He's only played Norwich, West Brom and Burnley. But I felt that he was tested against Burnley. I felt, you know, sure he wasn't tested, you know, against any of the big teams, but that's going to come. I'm pretty sure of it. I think Ramsdale's going to keep his spot as the number one for until Leno proves that he should be the number one. But yeah, I'm really happy with Ramsdale. Tomiyasu, I thought was brilliant as well. On Saturday, I thought he was fantastic. Gotta be honest, like I say, you know, there's bigger tests to come, and you know the performance. There's still a lot to improve on, but yeah, I thought he done okay, Tomiyasu, and that's pretty much the same with the whole team, guys. Like I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that the performance was the best. But what I'm saying is that I saw signs, albeit small signs, of improvement. And I'm not saying that everything is forgotten and that Arteta is the bright man to take us forward. But for me, the lineup was decent on Saturday. He got it right. Odegaard was in there, Smith Rowe. I thought Odegaard had a pretty decent game. Do you know the one still thing that worries me is that we don't have these forwards. When you look at Aubameyang, when you look at Pepe, these guys need to do fucking more with their finishing. Gotta be honest with you, Aubameyang needs to fucking finish more because it's just ridiculous, guys. Like, if Odegaard had a proper striker in front of him, I think we'd get more goals. I honestly do. I think we could have easily won that. And that's the one downside to the performance on Saturday, is that we didn't finish our chances. Granted, Odegaard scored from a free kick, which, let's be honest, it was a fucking fantastic free kick. Gotta be honest, I thought he'd done really well with that free kick. But Odegaard scored that, and it wasn't even from open play. And that's what worries me as well, is we need to score more from open play. Because at the moment, we are going to come unstuck. You can only go so far with not scoring from open play, and then you're going to come a bit unstuck. So like I said, the performance, still room for lots of improvement, let's be honest. But we are going in the right direction. But having said that, we do need to finish more. And what I liked as well is that when Burnley were attacking, because let's be honest, the second half, we really had to dig in. But what I liked is that we were digging in. And we dug in and got the result. There was a few hairy moments in that second half, most notably with when Ramsdale, it started with Ben White when he passed back. And I don't know why Ben White done this. And Ben White, for me, had a mixed afternoon. He'd done some things good, and then other times he looked a bit ropey. But when in this particular incident, when he back passed and the Burnley player was through, God, I can't remember for the life of me who it was. But for me, it wasn't a penalty. For me, he got the ball. Yes, there was contact there. Yes, there was contact made. But for me, he got the ball. And when Anthony Taylor awarded the penalty, I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And initially, I did think it was probably a penalty to Burnley, but having seen it back over the weekend, that's fucking funny, innit? Because I can't see anything. But yeah, having seen it back or watched it back, for me, it's not a penalty. He got the ball. But yeah, so we, like I said, in that second half, we had a couple of ropey moments, but we dug in. And I get this feeling that confidence is slowly but surely coming back into this team, and it's not there yet. We're not the finished article. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not. My opinion, obviously, of Arteta is not changed, and it will never change. I think we've gone too far down the path for my opinion of Arteta to change. He's got too much wrong. He's got too much. He's got too many negative decisions in the bank for me to change my mind on him. But I will give him credit for Saturday's victory, because he got the team lineup right. The team actually as well played in some difficult moments in that game and come out of it. But there's, like I said, I can't emphasize this enough. There is still lots of room for improvement. Lots and lots of room for improvement. We're not the finished article. And I think we know that we're not the finished article. Personally, I would like a better manager in charge of this team, but it is what it is. You you can only put up with what you've been dealt with, and unfortunately, it's looking like that Arteta's here for the foreseeable, ain't he? He's here to stay. But yeah, I thought we'd done all right. I thought for, to get confidence ahead of that North London derby, because that's going to be a massive game. Obviously, we've got Wimbledon. I'm actually going to that game as well. I'm actually going to the Wimbledon game. So yeah, it's going to be a bit crazy. But yeah, guys, I will be the daily vlogs, and apologies this as well. I will be bringing them back as well. They will be coming. They will be happening. I'm probably going to start on Wednesday. I might use that Wimbledon game to start them. Yeah, I'll probably start them Wednesday. But yeah, it's a bit difficult, really. There's hardly anything else to really kind of talk about, really, in terms of the performance. I thought, like I said, I think we've got lots of improving to do, but confidence is starting to seep back into some of these players, which is really good. Like I said, the one worry for me, at the risk of repeating myself, is that our forwards need to take more of these chances and need to finish more of these chances, because we can't get away with 1-0 wins all the time. It's just not sustainable in this era in this Premier League. So we need to kind of get a convincing win under our belt, like a 2-0, a 3-0, and then these forwards need to step up a bit more. But yeah, Odegaard's free kick, I want to talk a little bit about that. I didn't realize Odegaard could take free kicks like that, and hopefully it's not just a one-off, and hopefully he can do that more on a consistent basis. But I thought it was a fantastic free kick. No keeper's saving that, to be honest. Are they? No keeper is saving that free kick. I thought it was fantastic. And what I liked as well is that, I mean, after that we scored, we had a bit of a ropey moment where we could have conceded, and that. But listen, Burnley is a difficult place to go to, guys. Burnley have always made it difficult. They always know how to play against us as well, don't they? Burnley. But it was, they listen, the home crowd as well. I wouldn't say it's hostile, but they're certainly noisy. They know how to be noisy. And yeah, Turf Moor is a difficult place to go to and get a result there. So the fact that we were able to do that, the fact that we were able to see out those difficult moments, and we have to remember, and I'm not sort of sticking up for Arteta or anything like that, and I'm not sticking up for the players because I think they could do more. But we have to remember this is a young team. What I liked about Arteta's selection is that he stuck with a similar lineup that he did against Norwich. And that's what I want to see more of from Arteta. Because one of the criticisms I have with Arteta is that he's always changing the bloody team. He's never sticking with the same 11. I want to see a consistent 11 go out there on the pitch for about 7 or 8 games so they can build up momentum, build up consistency, build up confidence of playing together. At the moment, when you look back at Arteta's tenure as Arsenal manager, he's not really done that. It's always chopping and changing. And also the systems are changing all the fucking time. He's changing the systems, changing the formation. Just pick one that works. Pick a best 11 that you think is the best 11. And then just let the team build a bit of momentum. Let the team and the players you've picked build a little bit of confidence. I don't see that at the moment. So that's what I want to see going forward. I want to see that level of consistency. I want to see that level of going into games and going, do you know what? Yeah, I recognize this team. This team done well. And I thought for him to stick with the same similar lineup, to Norwich, I thought was decent. And I like the fact that he's stuck with Ramsdale in goal as well. I like the fact that he didn't just revert back to Leno. And that's one thing. Another thing that I've criticised Arteta about is that he's always putting his favourites in. Doesn't matter whether they play crap, whether they play good, whether they played, medium kind of performance. He's always just put them in because they're his favourites. And this brings me on to the North London derby. Obviously, I'm going to cover this more in my preview, but it's going to be a big test for Arteta because Granit Xhaka is back from suspension, isn't he? He's back from suspension. Is he going to play in that North London derby? I actually think the team plays better without Granit Xhaka in it. I've got to be honest. I think the team plays a whole lot better without Granit Xhaka in it. So is Arteta going to bring back Granit Xhaka? That's the thing. And for me, if he doesn't put Granit straight into the team, for me, I'll be looking at that going, do you know what? Fair play. You're actually playing players based on performances. And I still think Arteta's on a knife edge, if I'm being honest. I still think that he's in a situation where it could turn bad again. And it is, some people are still going, it is bad. And let's be honest, we've beaten Burnley, we've beaten Norwich, okay, let's forget West Brom because it's in the Carabao Cup. But Norwich and Burnley, they're only 1-0 wins. And while the performance against Burnley was great, was a little bit better than the Norwich game, there's still, like I said, lots of room for improvement. So when I look at Arteta, that things could turn bad very, very quickly. And that's the thing that people have got to bear in mind, is that this is why I'm not getting carried away with this win. It was a great performance. Listen, I've said it earlier in the stream. Turf Moor is a difficult place to go to. It's an incredibly difficult place. When the fans get up and they get a bit of momentum behind them, it can be a difficult place to go. But we've done that. So at the risk of not getting carried away, because I don't want to get carried away, because like I said, it's still, there's still lots to do. We are not nowhere near where we need or want to be. But we're slowly, and I want to emphasize the word slowly, going in the right direction. I want to see us put a nice little run together. We've got the Wimbledon game. Let's get a win there. Get through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. I will be doing a preview for that. Actually, no, I won't be doing a preview for that. What I'll be doing is I'll be discussing that on tomorrow's episode of the Arsenal Uncensored podcast. Don't forget that will be at 9 p.m. But yeah, let's get the win against Wimbledon. Let's go up. Get some confidence and take that into the North London derby. And then if we can pull off a win against Spurs, we've got I wouldn't say an easy game, but we've got Brighton. That's very winnable. Listen, I know Brighton are playing really well at the moment. Graham Potter's got them playing really well. But we've got the players to win that. If we apply ourselves right, we could get a win there. Then going into the international break, things are going to look a little bit different, aren't they? We'll have got a few wins under our belt, and then coming back from the international break, we got 2 home games, Palace and Villa at home, and I think we're away at Leicester as well, going to all of them as well. So yeah, we can get a win against Palace, get a win against Villa. They're going to be difficult games, to be fair, but they're both at home at the Emirates, so you'd like to think that we could, if we apply ourselves right again, get a couple of results there. Obviously, Leicester is a difficult place to go to. we've not really done great at Leicester over the recent years, so that you'd think that would be a difficult game. And then if we can get wins there, our season's looking a little bit better, isn't it? Still a long way to go, still by no means out of the woods yet. But if we can do all of them things, it's going to look a lot better. The question marks is can Arteta do that? The question marks is Arteta going to fuck around again and get things wrong? Because that's the one big thing for me. And we've seen it before. Arteta's got a little run together and then he's just completely changed it and we've just gone backwards. And I don't know. I just want him to keep it simple. If we're sticking with Arteta as manager, and it looks like we are, I want him to keep it simple, keep it basic. Let's get the basics right. Let's get the simple things right when it comes to game management. And when it comes to team selection, let's just get the obvious things right. And that's the one thing that worries me with Arteta. Is he going to do that? It's still undecided, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's still undecided on whether he can do that. Personally, I don't think he's good enough for the Arsenal job. But look, the board and the owners are backing him. So he's got to step up now, Arteta. He's got to step up to the plate. He's got to get things right now. Start getting things right. And he's got to win over the fans. Because let's be honest, the majority of this fan base, including myself, are still unsure about Arteta. And I don't think he's the right man. I've got to be honest. I don't think he's the right man. So he's got a long way to go before we even start thinking about that he's turned a corner. Whether it's possible for him to turn a corner. Because some of us, including myself, think that he has burnt his bridges and there's no coming back from the bad decisions that he's made. So yeah, listen, I'm pretty much it for the review, guys. Did I say preview at the start of this show? I can't fucking remember. I think I might have done. So yeah, the review. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that brings the end. The review of Burnley versus Arsenal. Like I said, there will be the Arsenal Uncensored podcast tomorrow. Episode 3 will be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Actually, it might be at 10 p.m. because there's Carabao Cup as well, isn't there? So it could well be at 10 p.m. But I'll confirm that with you guys. Keep checking the community tab for any information, because I'll put that up once I speak to the lads, and then I'll let you guys know. But do hit the like button, do smash the subscribe button. Really appreciate all your support on the channel. Like I said, that'll be coming up tomorrow. Then Wednesday, I think I will start the daily vlog. That'll probably be out Thursday, though, because obviously it's a fucking evening kickoff on Wednesday. And I ain't going to get home till about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Honestly, guys, it's madness. These evening kickoffs are a pain in the ass to get to. And then I've got to sit on a dumb sleeper train that stops everywhere for about 40 odd minutes and just sits there. So yeah, I probably won't get home till about 3 o'clock in the morning. So the vlog will probably be out Thursday during the day. Then it is all about the North London derby. Looking ahead to the North London derby. So yeah, that's the big one, really, isn't it? The North London derby. Then on Sunday, I'm obviously going to the North London derby, but there will be a review coming up after the game. That might be probably Monday again. And then also, guys, I think for the watch along, the Premier League watch along this weekend, I think I'm going to do Man City Chelsea. Man City and Chelsea are the 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday. So I'm probably going to do that one. And that will probably be the only one that I do this week. because like I said, it's pretty mad now that I'm going to the games, and but yeah, I'll probably do that one as a watch along. So yeah, look out for that. So yeah, lots coming up on this channel, guys. Lots coming up. Do remember, hit the like button on your way out. Do subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you all back here with Sam and Scott from the Red Cannon, for the Arsenal Uncensored podcast tomorrow night. Do go over and check his channel out as well, the Red Cannon. Type that into YouTube and hit the subscribe button. But yeah, listen, guys, until tomorrow, all take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.